Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here with Amina, who's just bought her first car, and I'm going to show you how to make cars by LorySims Breeze Motors and so many other CC car creators functional using the SimNation Travel Mod. Alright, let's jump into it. Okay, so in order to make the cars functional, all you're going to need is Sims 4 Studio and of course the car of your choosing. So what you're going to do is open up Sims 4 Studio, and once it's up, you'll select My Projects, and then you're going to want to locate the car in your file. So right now I have the car in my Downloads folder, and then you'll select the car that you want to make functional. And then you'll get this window. So you can actually set the price that you want the car to be in game. I'm going to leave it to what LorySims has it, but if I download older models of cars, I'll usually check the Kelly Blue Book and then add the correct price here. Then you'll go over to your tag section, and this is really important because this determines where the car is going to be found within the build by catalog. So I'm going to scroll down until I get to the room section, and I'm going to make sure that it's checked for outdoors. That way, if I filter the catalog by room, when I go to the outdoor section, I'll be able to find it there. I'm also going to keep scrolling down and go to function. Next, I'm going to scroll down to the gameplay effect, and I'm going to set that the car is going to increase bills because I count that as annual emissions as well as taxes. Then I'm going to have the environment score go up by 2 because it's a pretty big car. I'm also going to set my eco footprint to be up by 2. But if I decide that the car is going to be a hybrid, I'll actually have it reduce the environmental score and eco footprint, and I'll also have it to decrease bills because in my mind they get some kind of tax credit for having a hybrid. So the last thing you'll want to do is click the activity outdoor so that when you look in the outdoor activity section of the catalog, the car will be in there. And then for each of these sections that you've updated, you want to select apply to all swatches. So I'm going to go do that now. Lastly, I'm also going to take away these because I don't want this car to be set as decorative because in our game, again, it's going to be functional. Okay, so we've got all of that done. I'm going to just hit save, and this is going to make sure that all of the changes are saved for the car. And now we're going to change the tuning for the car. So the tuning is basically the piece of code that tells the car how it should behave. So what I'm going to do is alphabetize this type section, and I'm going to scroll down until we get to the object definition. So we're going to need to change this tuning code right here, and it's going to tell the car that it needs to function using the tuning from the mod we're using. So I have my own little table where I store all of my car codes, but on the last tab I have the data tab, and I'm also going to put this information in the description so you can copy it there. But I'm just going to copy this tuning, and I'm going to come back here and paste it. And you'll see it'll also change the tuning ID. So these basically mean the same thing. You change one, it changes the other. And I'm going to do this for each swatch. So each of these corresponds to a different swatch. So let's fast forward through here. Okay, so I've changed all of them, and that took me just about 10 seconds to do. So pretty quick, and then I'm going to again save because otherwise this is all for naught. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get this instance ID because we're going to add it to the mod. So if you click on the first object definition, you're going to scroll all the way down until you see the instant, and then you're going to want to copy this number and log it somewhere because we're going to need to change it. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So as I said before, I have a table where I keep all of this information in case I take the cars out of my game, put them back, or when you update the mod. If you update the mod, you're going to need to put these codes back because they're not going to be saved within the mod. So I'm going to go to my Toyota tab, and you can see I've already got the information here, and you see that I've crossed it out. And that is because these are not the numbers that we're actually going to add into the mod. We're going to use these numbers here. From this screen, once you've got all of the numbers you need, you're going to go ahead and close out this warehouse tab, and then you're going to go up to the bar at the top of your screen. I'm not sure how it looks on PC, but I know that the options are the same. So you're going to want to go to tools, and then you're going to go to hash generator. So here's our hash generator, and you're going to basically take all of those codes, paste them here, and it's going to give you another number, which you're going to log. So if you see, when I take this number here and I'm going to paste it, it's going to give me this number. So you can see the last 3 digits are 903, and when I go back here, these are 903. So that's where I've gotten these numbers. What I usually do is just do the first number, I paste it, and then I'll just drag it down. And then I'm going to take this last number and copy it. I'm going to paste it at the top, and then I see that the last 3 are DDE. I'm going to cross check and make sure that that's correct, and we see DDE. So that's just how I make sure that I don't have to do all these individually, but that they're correct. Okay, so now I've got my numbers, and I'm going to make them unbolded. I bold the first one so that I know where I'm starting, and then I'm going to copy this number. I now want to open up the mods. So I'm going to go to my project, and then I've got a separate folder bookmarked for the Adeepindigo mod, and I want to find on that SimNation Travel Mod. So this is the file you're looking for, SimNation Travel version, whatever the current version is. Right now it's 3.9, and I'm going to open that, and it's going to bring me into this, which is pretty much the code for the entire mod. Now this mod is what makes cars functional. It also gives you driver's licenses, passports for travel, and so many other features, which you can find at the link below. But right now we're just going to talk about how to make these cars. So again, I am going to make this alphabetized by type, and then I'm going to go all the way down to snippet tuning. Okay, now this particular snippet tuning that I'm looking for is the one that make the cars owned and registered as cars. So these 6 things are what tells the game that these are cars, and that if your sim has the car, that it is owned. So you're going to select what type of car. So the Land Cruiser is an SUV, so I'm going to select the SUV, and that's what I'm going to be editing. If it was a sedan, I'd use that, but the process is the same. You just want to select what you want the game to think your car is. So again, we want it to think it's an SUV. I'm going to click this MCUV owned, and then I'm going to click XML, and this is the code. This is where all the juice is. So it looks really complicated, but it's not, because it's all already done for you. So what you're going to do is copy this last bit of code. You're going to go from the third line from the bottom. So there should be a /I/L and another /L. You want to come from this top /L all the way to this one right here that doesn't have a slash, to the just bracket L bracket. And you're going to copy this. Then you're going to count how many swatches you have. For the one we had, there are about 8 swatches. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'll paste it 8 times. You'll come after this // you're going to hit enter, and then you're going to paste it. So I'm going to paste 1, enter, paste again, and I'm going to do that 8 times. Now I'm going to come through and add my numbers. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to come back to this code, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm not overwriting a car that's already in game. So I'm going to scroll up, and I see this one is 909 and this one is 9010, and then this is the second one that's 910. So I know that this is the one that I've added, and I'm going to highlight it, and then I'll change, and then I'll paste. So you can see it changed to the car number I have now. I'm going to come to the second one, and I'm going to paste again. I'm just going to change that to a 3. I'm going to do that for all of the cars. Then I'm going to come to the MCV, because this MCV owned tells the game that the sim owns the car once they've registered it. This one right here tells them that it's a car at all. So it's already at the XML. I'm just going to scroll up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come to this third line up and highlight it up to the L with no brackets, copy, I'm going to paste it however many times I need it, and then I'm going to go back and grab my number, come back here, and I'm going to paste it in. And then once you're done, you'll go ahead and click save. So now we can close this window. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and jump in game and show you that it worked. Okay, so Amina's just gotten home from the car dealership with her new baby, and now if I click on the car, you can see I have these new options. So I'm going to complete her vehicle registration, and I get this cool notification that says, "Congratulations, Amina. You're now the proud owner of a motor vehicle. The cost of registration and title have been taken from your account. You're ready to hit the road." So now if you see I hover over the car, you see it's Amina Moses' 2022 Toyota Land Cruiser. And if I click it again, I can either sell her car, and I'm not going to get the full $50,000 that it costs, or I can use it to drive. I can even have her come and admire her new car. So I'm going to click drive to, and then she'll come to the car. I can choose who I want her to go with, or I'm going to say she's going to go by herself. Just click OK. She puts it in her inventory because that's the only way they can get it to work. It's The Sims, y'all. And then it comes to the map, so I can choose where she wants to go. So with this mod, she does have to have a driver's license in order to drive her car. If she doesn't have a car, she can't travel anywhere unless I use the M button to pull up the map. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post another video. Bye!
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping.